10 fragrances with a wow factor. What does that even mean? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. 10 fragrances with a wow factor. What does it mean? It's a fragrance that I sniffed for the first time and said, wow. So that's exactly what we're gonna do here. Let's go. First fragrance. The first time I sprayed this, I said, wow. Nero by Sidra. Guys, wow. Spicy caramel. Spicy caramel date night. Lasts all day. It lasts till the next day on clothing, guys. Check this one out. Nero by Sidra. What an amazing fragrance. It really does smell good. This is from the East, by the way. It's a niche fragrance from Kuwait. Next one up is pretty expensive. It is. I'm not gonna lie. This one is like upwards of like 150 bucks. I'll do my best to find the best deals for this. But guys, this smells like oud royalty. It's like this oud and pepper combination rather than that saffron, which makes it a bit more masculine than it is femme. So I don't really classify this one as unisex. It is definitely masculine. It's Al Farid by Arabian Oud. So Al Farid by Arabian Oud has this very nice hexagonal shape. Pretty hard to find this one. So when you do find it, you might want to consider picking it up. Smells like oud, smells like peppers, smells like ambers. It's a great fragrance, which is going to lead me into the next one. And this is a more unisex version of that similar DNA. Some people might think this leans slightly femme, but in all honesty, I think that this is pretty unisex. It's Risala by Arabian Oud. Yeah, believe it or not, a lot of Arabian Oud fragrances have that wow factor. So how does this one differ? Instead of using the pink pepper, it uses this saffron. It's a slightly metallic, leathery saffron. So you're going to get oud, you're going to get that slight metallic saffron, and you're going to get chocolate or cacao. So that's what you get with this one. These are nuclear stuff. Not only is the wow factor in these fragrances, but honestly, the wow factor, applies to the way that all of these perform. So Risala, like I was saying, can actually be headache inducing if you spray too much. Next one up is, for me, believe it or not, one that lasts 10 plus hours. And when I first smelled this, I was like, wow, straight up. It's Lamar's Kajal. This is like that Baccarat Rouge DNA with pineapple. This DNA exists. I get it. I understand. But this is the most refined way that it's done. So if you have some of these, pineapple Baccarat twists, trust me, this is the most luxurious version. And like I said, longevity on it, I have zero problems getting 10 hours out of that fragrance. The next fragrance that when I initially smelled, I just said, wow, is Black Anubis by Sphinx. This smells like dark woods with a backdrop of that Baccarat DNA and leather. My God, this is such a masculine, sexy take on that Baccarat Rouge DNA. BR540X Straight, guys, drop it. Grab this one. This one, in my opinion, is better than BR540X Straight. So, gentlemen, if you're going for that Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA, you love that spun sugar saffron vibe, you're going for the red one because it has a little bit more of a masculinity, drop it all together and go for this one because it adds leather and it also adds some of those dark woods. Sexy. One thing that I do have to mention about this one is when I first got it, it gave me maybe 5 to 7 hours, but now that it's sat, I get a minimum of 10 plus hours. This next one is going to be a double whammy, so we're cheating here. It's really 11 fragrances, but it's all good. This one, when I initially sprayed it, I said, wow, because is this really a designer? It's Valentino Uomo Intense. This is, a lot of people compare it to Dior Homme Parfum. And sure, I can see that it's in the same family, but it's much, much different. This, in my opinion, can be a bit more cloying than something like Dior Homme Parfum. Dior Homme Parfum is better for me, in my opinion, but this is still the next best thing. So super, super dosed mandarin. You have that leather and the iris in this one. So it does have that makeup vibe. So gentlemen, if you enjoy that, you will absolutely say wow about this one. The reason I'm going to group this one as 2 is because it's from the same brand, Valentino Uomo, the original. Believe it or not, this one is also a wow, but it can be cloying. So it takes that hazelnut DNA that you'll find with like Stronger With You. It turns it into much more of like a sexier, serious vibe. But yeah, when I first sprayed this, I said, wow, because it's very, very gourmand. You have to be careful in the seasons that you wear this one in though, because it can be cloying, like I said. And some ladies can even pull this one off. If I had to pick between the two, I would go with the Valentino Uomo Intense, but I would definitely place both on my list personally. I have 2 bottles of both of these fragrances. I just think that they're fantastic. And for this type of DNA to come out of a designer, I think is crazy. I wish that designers would go back to making stuff like this, to be honest with you. Another one that when I initially sprayed, I literally said, wow, is Vertus Vanilla Oud. Yeah, at first I thought this was all hype. I saw, our local fragrance reviewers review this one and I was like, is it really good? And yeah, it's really freaking good, guys. It smells like this vanilla chai latte with oud. Smells fantastic. Come on, focus, man. I'm back. It smells like vanilla chai and oud. Smells amazing, you guys. Legitimately smells great. This one, however, is pretty hard to find at discounters, but I'll do my best to find some of the cheapest prices down in the description. And by the way, if you subscribe to my newsletter, which is completely free by email, last week I sent out an email where I found this for like 150 bucks. This next one, when I first sprayed it, I said wow, but for two reasons. One was initially the price tag, because man, that shit was wow. But then again, I sprayed it and I said wow again. And I bought it because the wow superseded the other wow. And this is Latent Exclusive. This smells like Latent with an added note of sex. That's it, plain and simple, man. This is an aphrodisiac. Latent Exclusive is better than Latent, period. This is another designer fragrance that, to be honest with you guys, is slightly above designer level. It's not something niche, but it's definitely one of the best from a designer brand. Stronger With You, absolutely. If you guys haven't noticed by now, my taste for fragrances is all about the sexy, the date night, just melt in your freaking mouth vibes. That's what I'm all about. So Stronger With You absolutely is another one that is hey, wow. This next fragrance is a tobacco bomb. It's nuclear, it smells great, and it's pretty damn sexy. This is Mancera's Red Tobacco. This, gentleman, if you don't have it and you enjoy tobacco fragrances, I tried to avoid this one for a long time because the stigma around Mancera fragrances is that they're synthetic and all of this crazy talk. But this one, in all honesty, the only thing that's synthetic about it is its ridiculous performance. The scent itself smells actually pretty smooth. It's a smooth, dark, sexy, seductive tobacco fragrance. Definitely check that one out. Lastly on this list is a wow to this freaking day, and it's from Argos Fragrances. It's called Adonis Awakens. When I initially got my package for this fragrance, it was a wow immediately at the box. When I opened the box, it was another wow at this freaking design. I looked at the plaque and felt the plaque, and that was another wow. And then I looked at the cap. This is wow from top to bottom, and then I sprayed it and I fell absolutely in love with this one. Easily a wow factor fragrance for me. I freaking love this stuff. This is all about the Rose Absolute, some peppers, cashmere wood, super refined rose, sexy AF. If you enjoy rose fragrances, this is the rose of all rose fragrances. The bottle though is extremely heavy. Don't drop it. I just did and it really hurts. 10 fragrances with a wow factor. Do me a favor. Drop in the comments, what is your wow factor fragrance? I was gonna say 10, but then you can imagine how long the comments. Just one is good enough. If you enjoyed watching this video, do me a solid, hit that subscribe button, and until the next one, peace.